Be quiet! I order you to be quiet!
Who does he think he is?
I'm your king.
I am your king. I'm just kidding. I'm not your king. I'm not anybody's king. I am king of nothing. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever the case may be. Welcome to Blacklist Universe. This is Lonestar'S last day. Lonestar'S last day. And we're making comics great again. What is up, Brett Seagraves, Michael, Michael, Jalapeno Milk. Sorry, Michael, you were not first. Brett Seagraves was. Yellowha, Jalapeno Milk, Rodwell Stevens, Peter Sharon, P. Money, and Mr. Hellstorm. I had to add Lone Star to the trending. Jack Ryan? What? Oh, are you posting stuff up on Twitter? Hey guys, I know you've all already got my book. But yeah, if you could do what you can, get it out there right now. Oh shoot, I'm not live on log in and tweet. Tweet. Here we go. Here we go. What is going on? First here, last for cross-examinations. Oh. Ah, well, it is what it is. So it is the last. Let me see. Let me see where we are at on Lone Star. Let me refresh that. We're probably down to like 8 hours, 7 hours, 7 hours left to go. Oh my goodness. All right, let me share this screen. Application window, Lone Star. Wait, is that the right one? Yeah, that's Brave. I want to make sure I'm on the Brave browser. So here we are once again, Edwin Boyette. Let me send you an invite. There's also, if I do want to bring in some other people and promote some other comics tonight and just get to know some peeps. Hold on, let me get to Twitter here. All right. I'm going to drop one to Alejandro Mirabel and see if he's actually working on my cover. Alejandro. I'm going to send one to Ryan Hack. New guy, Ryan Hack. I just discovered him today. Wowzers. Good stuff. And then Edwin Boyette. Who else needs some promotion right now? I think we did Gary. Although we could bring him in if he wants. Did George shut his down? Let me check if George shut down. Where is it? I have it on one of these things. Sovereign. Nope. Sovereign's closed. Mary Sue, is it closed? It says in demand. Refresh. It's in demand still. All right. I'm going to send George a link and see if he wants to come in. George, if you wanna sell comics, we're gonna do an old school making comics great, and we are going to promote some people tonight. Mike, I get to host Fan Speak tonight. Awesome. I don't know what Fan Speak is. Mary Sue is gonna close in a couple days. Oh gosh, he extended it? Alrighty then. Yeah, I wanted to get him up over. What is Fanspeak? Should I know what Fanspeak is? Should I know what Fanspeak is? I feel like I should know what Fanspeak is. I plan on getting an extra copy of Lone Star Soul of the Soldier for him. Right on. He better not talk dry. Whatever. Fanspeak is like a bunch of fans speaking. Thank you very much, Pope Fire, for that eloquent explanation. All right, who else has campaigns open that I can hit up? Ooh, let me see if Aaron Lopresti is available. Aaron, you wanna pimp your book tonight? I don't know who's around. Who else has a book? Let me see. StreamYard. Who else has books, Edwin?
I know we're brawling with John Malin right now, but his partner, his writer's got a book that actually looks good.
Well, I'm leaving that up to them. You ain't going to cost me thousands of dollars and then expect me to help you promote your book. Sorry. And that's as much of the drama as we'll get tonight. Thank you very much.
Jalapeno Milk says, "Is Garbage Man Swamp Thing?" I think it was created to be like a Swamp Thing kind of.
It's more like he probably took more off of Sludge from Malibu because he also was co-creator of that, I believe.
But I think that's the reason. That's the reason it was created, though, right? Because DC didn't have access to the.
That is correct. That is correct. All right. Let me find if there's anyone else. Claudio Zamorano. Hello, Claudio Zamorano. I don't know. I'm just trying to think. Who else can we invite in here to promote their books?
Let me go back to Indiegogo.
Don't give me any more bad suggestions.
Well, just trying to be kind to people.
Yeah.
Just trying to be kind.
There's kind and there's kind. Nope. No Adam Friended. Matt Cossen's book isn't out. Although he might want to come hang out.
Yeah.
How about Weldon? Weldon has nothing too. Kyung's is not for sale. Let me see. Randy Creek, no. Cecil's, no. Boy, does Critias.
Oh, Critias.
You still selling DD? Yeah. Who else?
Could send one to Kel Jameson. I think they still have. I still think they have Shinobi Sasquatch in demand.
Oh, Rob Willis.
Yeah. Yes. Rob Wigga.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Go for it. I didn't.
Let's see.
Oh, through here. Brubaker's is done, right?
Brubaker's is done. Yeah. You talking about Cytherea.
All right. I don't know. Cap White is.
Oh yeah, Brand.
That's still open? Is Brand still open?
Brand is still open. Brand is still open.
Oh, RT Bear.
Yeah.
I'm just sending all these out. Whoever ends up coming in that there's room for is who will be in here. So Rob Willis is one of the best guys in the community on Twitter. He turned a random thread into an art critique and share today. Awesome. Cool.
And he's not really a social media guy anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He seems like a normal dude.
Gary. I think did I send Gary a link?
Fanspeak is run by Chester Busby, and it gives a microphone to various fans.
Oh, all right.
So they can talk about all this stuff.
JC plus 5. I think Gary might be busy.
Oh, Pokeberg gets to host it tonight.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'll be right back.
Absolutely. All right. Well, don't adjust your video. Don't adjust your audio. I have control. Oh man. Hopefully everybody is having a good weekend. But today, hopefully we can keep the any conflict, if you will, out of the. I think the word drama gets overused. Drama itself is not a bad thing. It is maybe melodrama in non-productive conflict. But today is all about celebrating these cool books, and then maybe turning the screws on Mike to get some more pages done. He is so close to being. He is so close to completing Soul of the Soldier. I can't change the screen right now, but I believe the page he is penciling right now is page 45 of 48 for Soul of the Soldier. Let's see. Let me catch up with the chat. P Money, protecting the Great White North from imminent American invasion, says, Edwin, I had a conflict with a spider today. He didn't live to tell the tale. Very cool. Jalapeno Milk says, I want to like the Warcam King. Oh, okay, well, yeah. It's a hurdle for people. Let me catch up. P Money says, Rob Wigga, drink.
Rob Wigga. Welcome, newbie Ryan Hawk.
Yes. Yep.
Ryan Hawk. What's
Hello.
up, Ryan?
Not
Nobody
much.
knows you, Ryan. Give me the name of your project. Hold on, I gotta find the link. Blah 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 blah. Give me. Oh wait, I have it on here somewhere.
Okay.
Where did I put it? Bric-a-Brac.
Oh, Bric-a-Brac. Hey, Ryan, this is a great looking book. I've covered this one a couple of times.
Yep, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Guys, check this book out. Ryan. Oh, hello, Ryan. Welcome to Blacklist Universe. Making comics great again. It is the last day for Lone Star, unless I'll probably put it in demand. I don't know if I want to extend it, but I wanted to get you on here, man.
Thank you.
I saw your book
yeah.
today for the first time, and I'm like, this is sweet. And you got 6 days left. Why don't you tell everybody about yourself, and then we'll tell them about your book.
Yeah, certainly. So my name is Ryan. I am the writer of this story, and all stories that I'm involved with. And I guess you could call me the producer too, because I'm running a campaign, and it is essentially like being a producer of a movie or something like that. And so that's what I'm doing right now. But I've been writing comics ever since I was in high school. I'm in college now. And I have really just been really interested in telling stories that are personal to me, always putting that first, always putting stories that are meaningful, hopefully to me and to other people, showing my purpose, using my work for the purpose God wants me to use it for, trying to deliver a message that's really, really important. And meaningful to kind of push forward something that, I don't think I would be able to fight as hard for this book as I am if I didn't have that message within this book, the message of the God, the message of kind of Christian evangelical message while also melding it with Christmas itself. So the Christmas culture itself. But anyway, just trying to tell the most important stories I
How
can.
do I not know about this kid?
Yeah, just really trying to go as hard as I can. I'm a junior in college now, and so only the sky's the limit. So, yeah, I know.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
So this is. I see you put Good King Wenceslaus. So I'm going to start us out here. You ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good King Wenceslaus looked out on the feast of Stephen. When the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even, brightly shone the moon that night, though the frost was cruel. When a poor man came in sight, gathering winter fuel. Join in anytime. You've got to love Good King.
It's funny. It's fun. I was actually looking at the origin of that song just yesterday, and apparently, it is it's about that the king, Good King Wenceslas, a Bohemian king, but
Yes.
it was written by someone from in Europe, and then actually that version we know is a watered down Americanized version of that initial. So like the whole history of Good King Wenceslas, the song is very complicated, and it's an epic song. It's an epic song, probably one of my favorite Christmas songs, to be honest. I love it, and yeah, the character here too, he follows the same kind of moral compass as that Good King Wenceslas, but he's definitely different. He's a different guy. He has a different kind of goal, essentially. Not the same, not the same guy.
No, it made me laugh when I saw that. I was like, "Oh, this is cool." When I saw that reference right there in the tagline, yeah. Well, Mike, scroll down and show some more of this because this is a beautiful looking book.
Absolutely. I was gonna say, man, this it's like the style reminds me of sort of a Watterson-esque. It's Watterson-esque, Scotty Young. I mean, obviously, Scotty Young kind of takes from Watterson, but it's just I love it. It looks so great, man. So, is this your creation or?
I created it, yeah. But my artist is a good friend of mine named Raphael, and we just have been working on it for, I would say, a year, a little bit more than a year. It's had a lot of changes as things, as you know, probably as creative people, like when you first initially have an idea. I mean, I've even had this idea since I was 10 years old. So, it kind of grows and grows and grows. It actually didn't used to be on a Christmas planet, but on Earth. And, all sorts of things change. All sorts of characters change. The main character used to be not a 10-year-old, but someone well into his 40s. So it's different now, obviously. And so, so it's been a really fun creative experience that really happened naturally. I don't think I've ever had to push, like the plot came very natural to me. The influences were very natural. Obviously the Rankin and Bass, Rudolph, all those great TV specials, and then Star Wars with the intergalactic element and the war. So it all kind of meshed together in something, it was very natural. I've never had to work as less on making a story and making its plot than with this one. So I think that speaks to its organic nature, I hope. It's just been a really gratifying and fun experience.
Awesome.
When you do the follow-up to this one, you know who would do a good variant cover for you?
Who?
George Alexopoulos would do a gorgeous variant for this, I bet. George's style would meld with this so well.
I don't think I've heard of him.
True.
George Alexopoulos.
He does. He's got a book on Indiegogo called The Mary Sue.
Oh, I had an interview with him. Oh, yeah. I know George. We talked at length. Yeah, that was actually a couple days ago, but he doesn't use that name on YouTube, so it's like, okay. But yeah, that book is amazing, and we had a great talk about books, so I could bring that up to him for sure. He has an amazing style.
Yeah. Great, man. I hope I hope we can bring some attention to this. 42 people watching now. If you guys could hit that like and share button, get this out there and let some people know we're looking at a really cool project. It's got 6 days left?
6 days, yep.
Days, Bric-a-Brac. I just stumbled on this today. Somebody, I don't know, maybe somebody added me on Twitter or something. But I took one look at it and I'm like, oh man. I watched a little video and I'm like, I gotta get this guy on.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'll just say, it's the most personal project I've worked on thus far. I've only worked on short stories as of now, and then
your long storied career,
long form story, right? Yeah.
I may have shirts older than you are, brother.
I have underwear older than him. That's all right. That's all right. Wow. I don't know. What else do you say, man? It looks really cool. Character designs are cool. The story sounds cool. Who the heck is this character?
That's the Ghost of Christmas Past. Yep. And so, kind of an 80s look. And that above him is the Ghost of Christmas Present, who is the narrator of the story. We'll kind of go into, why he looks the way he does, kind of in the story.
So, you a fan of Scrooged?
Yeah, I love that movie. I love that movie.
Me too. It just reminds me. I mean, I know the designs aren't the same, but it reminds me of the Ghost of Christmas Past. She's such a, like the Ghost of Christmas Past in Scrooged is what's her face?
I can't remember her name.
Scrooge.
Talks like this, and she bangs his head.
Oh yeah.
So just like reminded me of that. And then
I love. I mean, there's so many great versions of. I mean, that was a huge inspiration too for this book. Is the Christmas Carol, obviously, and especially with obviously the Ghost of Christmas Future is. I mean, he's not generic, but he's a very dark character because he's not really a character. He's more of a tone. He's kind of like a concept of the future and the darkness that could possibly happen. He doesn't really speak, obviously. So but those three characters, they are helping Good King Wenceslas actually uncover a kind of secret, if you will, that he wants to find. And the Nutcracker, so that's General Almond above. He is the main, essentially the Darth Vader of this entire thing. He's the main antagonist. He is trying to basically, with his Nutcrackers, he's basically started this war. He's a monger, essentially. He wants to take over Planet Christmas, and he is taking the Christmas spirit underneath Planet Christmas and selling it to other planets in order to get weapons so that he may take over the planet with other futuristic weapons. So he's a very odd character with a lot of interesting motivation and kind of a tragic backstory. So very interesting character.
Awesome. General Grudge has a question: is Bric-a-Brac totally secular, or are there real Christian elements to it?
There are definitely real Christian elements into it. Actually, I guess I will go into it. Good King Wenceslas is searching for a Christ-like figure sort of in this Planet Christmas. He's trying to look for, he obviously believes in God and he wants other people to do the same thing. And that's why he's kind of fighting his end of the war. Other people have different opinions and perspectives on Christmas. And that's sort of the reason why he created the story in general, is to argue and kind of have a conversation about why, as a 10-year-old kid, when I was 10 years old, people were telling me, oh, you can't like this. Oh, you can't like Jesus. You can't put all these things. You can't like Santa. You can't do all this. Like, I love all those elements of Christmas. So I wanted to kind of depict a planet where these ideas were being fought against, like an actual war on Christmas. Like, what does that look like? And that is what the story, it is an all ages book, but it deals with every concept of Christmas I've ever wanted to delve into. It's everything I've ever wanted to say, and more, hopefully.
Awesome. What school do you go to?
I am in New York City. I go to Hunter College. Yeah.
New York City.
Yeah.
Get a rope. Let's see. It's not comics, but you think Mike would mind if I mentioned my Kindle space opera novel in chat, The Aragonan Largon War? Yes, I do mind. I don't want to give you any attention, and I will not read the rest that says click on my icon for the link to my Amazon author page.
Joshua, thank you for buying the book.
Yeah.
And thank you, Dwayne.
This tonight, just say something in the chat, because that'd be great. We'd love to hear from people who think this is a fantastic tour de force of Christmas. How long is this book?
This one is going to be 30 pages, hopefully more if we get more stretch goals. And there are obviously more parts to it. And I'm going to push it. I mean, I want more pages too. So it's not just that, like, I definitely want more pages because I want to tell more of the story. So if I can make them, I will make them happen. Right. So.
Awesome. All right, man. Looks good. Let's refresh it. See if you made any money. $27.98. $29.27. All right. Moving a little bit. Andrew J says, I back this bad boy. Gotta get it funded.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you.
Yeah, 6 days left, man.
Hey, I think we're doing pretty good. I've never done this well on a campaign before. So, like 60% with 6 days left. That's not like horrible. It's not horrible.
No,
it's achievable. Just got to get it out there. If I do a showcase, and I probably will do a showcase either Sunday or Monday, I will absolutely cover this again too.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, fantastic, man. But let's talk a little bit about Lone Star, Heart of the Hero, second printing. I know it's like it's not that I get bored of doing it. It's just I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, and maybe that's why I don't promote it. I didn't promote it as much, besides the fact that I've been working this whole time. But we are at $10,417. I don't think we're getting any better than that right now, which is not bad. Five figures, baby. We have early bird specials left. Lots of those. There will be no late risers deal. Well, obviously, I only sold 6 of these, but that's okay because that means I don't have to print. Gosh, if I just sold 100 of those, that would be 600 metal prints I would have had to make. No, 900. Wow, that would have gotten expensive. Anyways, sorry. Kind of thinking out loud. 9-pack signed covers, 9 metal print. So this is actually it's $300, but that's a lot of metal prints, and those are not cheap to print. So if you still want that, plenty to go. Let's see. Second printing covers, you can choose from all these different covers, plus the Alejandro Mirabal, which I don't have yet, but I will before we go to print. So I guess I do have to leave this either open or in demand. Edwin, what do you think? Should I leave it open or should I in demand it?
Uh,
Kyle,
I'm trying to remember if it's in demand, it's just not going to show up that much.
Oh, on the front page and stuff?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the practical. But when you go in demand, it releases the funds, yeah?
Yeah. Well, it won't until I fulfill a percentage of the meg.
Of the meg?
It won't really make much difference.
Yeah, it's half a dozen of one, 6 of the other.
Yeah. This is the Elliot Fernandez for those who are uninitiated.
He does such fantastic tribute covers. Yeah.
I know. It's fantastic.
He's the best. He's awesome.
So Ryan, you're how have I not heard of you?
I don't know. I just did get on Twitter, so.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It's still very foreign to me. I don't quite understand it.
Twitter is hell. Run away, Ryan. Run away.
You won't.
It doesn't really make sense to me. I do like the idea of retweeting, but I don't really understand anything else. So
yeah, it's vile trash. It's yeah. Stay away. But this is get on YouTube, get in people's chats while they're promoting stuff and just, say, check this out. I don't know, man. You got to get a little, you know who Nasser is?
I think so. Nasser.
A little bit of Nasser Rabati tenaciousness. Probably. Boy, if Nasser had your talent. I should bring Nasser in here. There's the Kanan White cover. Kanan White. I'm going to get these colors. You know what?
He's amazing.
Because I haven't gotten them colored yet.
Antonio just shared a picture of Brand that I just thought was pretty awesome.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I mean, today. I don't know if it's new or not, but it just looks amazing.
Danny Epson Salt asked from the chat. He says, in the sequel, would there be a Hanukkah planet that is only inhabitable on 8 days of the year?
I will say that this is, okay, so I have gotten this question a lot. Is there going to be a Halloween? And yes, there are definitely parallels to Nightmare Before Christmas because that's my favorite movie ever. Yeah, obviously, but no, I will say that there's not going to be any other kind of holidays explored because of the fact that there's so much going on. Like in this planet, it's a planet of Christmas. And so we're going to see things people have never seen before. And it's going to take a whole book to really delve into that. So not only are we going to see tropical, we're going to see tundra. We're going to see jungle Christmas. We're going with the poinsettia forest. We're going to see all different kinds of geography going on with this the planet Christmas. And so I don't want to do a disservice to it by just adding other holidays, which totally would deserve their own very in-depth kind of explanation. So, we're sticking at Christmas, and I just don't see other holidays really melding into this world like I see Christmas. So I don't know. But the answer is no. We are not delving into any other holidays, at least anytime soon.
All right.
All right. It looks like. Let's see. Let me check Bric-a-Brac. He is at 102 backers, 2,944.
Ooh. We bump up 29.44. 103 backers. 103. You said 102?
100, and when I refreshed it, it said 102. 100
dollar amount.
Now it's 103. There you go.
Yeah, so the dollar amount should change again.
Oh, Crypto's book is on Kickstarter. Can you? Isn't his on Kickstarter?
I want to see this roll over because it went from 102 to 101 to 103, but your dollar amount was this dollar amount. So I don't know. Sometimes for some reason it takes a while for the dollar amount to change.
I've noticed that. Oh yeah, I've definitely noticed that too.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Jones says, "I'm
There we
back."
go. 29.
Brack.
Thank you, Jeremiah. I appreciate it.
Bric-a-Brac. Not just Brack. I back the Brack.
Back the Brack.
Right on. Yeah, guys, please keep putting that link up in the chat. Put the link up. Actually, the link for mine is in the description if anybody wants to get some more Lone Star in these last waning hours of the campaign. Where are we at? 7 hours left. I didn't see any notifications, but I'll refresh anyways. Oh, wow. We did go up.
Nice.
517, right? Oh, 142 backers. Blue, 42.
This book looks great. I love it.
Thank you.
Wasn't that an ACD song? Back in Brack?
Black and Brick and Black. So Ryan, tell us how you stumbled into this whole crowdfunding thing.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I actually started crowdfunding in June with okay, let me just go back. So really, I got it kind of in my first kind of years of college. I was really focused on trying to get into DC or trying to get published or trying to get noticed through like a company, obviously, Marvel, DC, and I even, I was pestering all the editors at DC, calling them. I think I called Dan DiDio like 3 times a day. Probably not a great thing, calling his office. One time I reached actually Jeff Johns' agent, which was awesome, but she said he can't talk to you. Obviously, you're randomly calling me. So yeah, I was really trying to make it in by just calling them mercilessly. That didn't really work, and I got a lot of editors saying, "Who are you? Don't call this number again." And then I kind of got like a little disheartened. Maybe I don't know. I am pretty. When I have a goal, I want to see it through. So I kind of realized over time, this is not going to kind of pan out. It's very difficult for people to get into this small group of people that are published, let alone people who make comics. So I felt that although I knew it was going to be hard, I knew there's nothing really on earth that can pretty much get you ready for the experience. I was going to go in and crowdfund. And so I crowdfunded. I have it around here somewhere. My first volume of it's basically a compilation of 11 short horror stories, 3 to 7 pages that are in black and white. I all wrote and drawn by 11 different people, and I put them into this really 75-page softcover book, and that was my first Kickstarter campaign in June. We were successful, barely, and you definitely learn. Wow, this is an incredibly difficult venture. Like, crowdfunding is not for the faint of heart, especially if you're an underdog, kind of so yeah. But it's totally worth it. And it's really the only way you can actively produce books. So the difficult part of it is a necessary evil to create something splendorous. I guess if you can, it's a very difficult thing, and it's going to take all of your social life, a lot of time, a lot of effort. But it is worth it because it is the good fight. I mean, it's truly the only way I see right now to make a book. So, yeah, I kind of fell into it because of a necessary thing. But I think that's why everyone's here, you know?
All right, Jeremiah Jones has a very relevant question in the chat. Very relevant. He says, could Lone Star beat Santa in a fight?
I don't know what this particular version of Santa's powers are.
Well, this is actually Father Christmas. He is a different kind of guy. He's not like gonna fight you with your fist. He's very peaceful. He does have like crazy powerful reindeer though. They kind of look like Pokemon, like evolved Pokemon, I guess, which was the intent, because I was always so upset with like Rudolph looking like a child, which I get, he is a child, but his father also looks like a child, and his mother in those early Rankin and Bass puppet things. And I think even in the 70s, they made him look younger. So not only was he young in the first one, but they made him look younger. So I just was like, you know what, we are going to make the most epic looking reindeer. And so that is why we have what you see.
And what is this creature with the knobs on its?
That is a gingerbread snowman mix of a person. And basically she is she's a part of the rebellion against the Nutcrackers. She's a commander. She's a really capable character. She's super a good leader, and she's going to help Garrett stop the war effectively and allow him to save his friends who are in peril by giving
the Peter Pan character.
Yeah, that is Garrett right there. Yep, he's our main character. And Marie, underneath him, she is going to help him get his list of wishes to Father Christmas, who, in theory, will grant them, right? And then stop the war from happening. Of course, it's a story. He has to travel a very, very, very far way. He's a 10-year-old kid, and he has to travel all across the planet to get to where he believes Santa Claus is. And
why does Alan Moore hate Christmas?
Alan Moore hates Christmas? I don't know.
It looks like he's leading the Nutcracker Army.
Yeah.
that guy. He does look like Alan Moore a little bit now that you think about it. Yeah. The design for that guy, that was something that kind of evolved too. You can see that he has like crazy hair. That was from the beginning, but now we added candy canes in his hair because, I mean, it would make sense if you had hair that large and you're in a Christmas world. Of course, candy would get in there and all this kinds of stuff. So we just kind of the character building. It goes further and further, and also he's a little crazy. So, well, of course he's crazy, but yeah, just kind of added. He does look like Alan Moore, though, definitely.
And what is this tree ogre?
That is Jack Frost. So Jack Frost, he used to be kind of beautiful, obviously, like even so, again, to reference Rankin and Bass, the Jack Frost puppet movie. He's a beautiful, young, spry person. But Jack Frost, over the years and through the war, has kind of declined in, I guess he's exiled himself, essentially, because he's done some things he's not very proud of, some things involved with General Almond himself, and they have kind of a beef going on. There's a massive brawl between the two of them in issue 2, which that is very epic. But yeah, Jack Frost, he's going to be in this issue briefly, but we'll go more into him and what his goals are and why he's decided to hide later. But he has a massive role in the story.
And what is with the massive reindeer?
Yeah, I just wanted to make them look evolved. It's a Christmas land. It's a Christmas planet. Father Christmas is more of a myth. He's like a figure. He's kind of like a larger than life figure. And I get that Santa Claus is larger than life on our planet, but I want him to make him look kind of like a Paul Bunyan, kind of like a legend as old as time. And same thing goes for the reindeer. I wanted to make them look as old as possible. So, and just strong and powerful. So yeah, that's where that came from.
And explain this picture.
Yeah, the tape beard, that wasn't my idea. I can't actually recall whose idea that was, but I don't really want to take credit for it. But yeah, that's me. It's with my sister. Yep.
All right. And Raphael Sam, how old is he?
He's 30, so he's quite a bit older than me, but he is a beast. He's totally a beast. And, and one of the stretch goals, I don't know if we'll reach it, but in time, I want to get these books lettered in Portuguese so people in his language can enjoy them. He can sell them at cons. He lives in Brazil. He speaks Portuguese, and he has a lot of books that I would like to get lettered in English because a lot of people would love to see them if they love this book.
Yeah.
He does a lot of crowdfunding stuff, and I want to, scratch his back. I mean, I want to get his work out too because he's just such a brilliant artist.
A lot of crowdfunding stuff. Have you guys used each other's email lists?
I've not really used an email list yet. No, I know that's kind of a bad thing. Yeah, I need to.
So you have a guy who's got an audience of people who buy crowdfunding books of his work.
Well, he's not actually. He hasn't completely funded a lot of his books either. So, I mean, he's doing okay. But again, I think, and he's definitely shares my book. But he, again, a lot of people in his language only speak Portuguese. So, it's just not that. I guess maybe I don't know. I'm not sure. It's kind of a difficult thing, and that's why I'd like to kind of get both of our books lettered in different languages. So.
Have you emailed the funders from your previous campaign?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I always do that. Every time I go through the entire list.
Edwin, did you want to read the super chat?
Yes. Miss Sashi says, "Why does Edwin look like an old lesbian now?" Probably because I cut my beard. I've been I had to clean up a little bit for some of the clients I've been interacting with.
Oh, so it's not for the respirator this time?
No, not this time. We're chasing some very specific work with a specific client set, so I've been looking presentable.
All right. Hey, Ryan, are you familiar with us?
Oh yeah, definitely. I've been watching both of your live streams and then Edwin's stuff for quite a while. I would say like 6 months at least.
Oh, okay. You ever come on examinations?
Yeah, I went on the when you guys were drawing the Legion of Superheroes, which was awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm also a huge fan of Edwin's, or not of, I mean of Edwin, yeah, but of Doug Naples too. So I've been on his show and I'm always in his chat, and and you guys have been together on shows, so it's kind of.
All right, we'll just leave it there.
Oh yeah, no, I just meant that. Oh, you guys are kind of connected, so I guess I was able to find you guys.
You ended your sentence mid sentence, so I was just like, kind of. All right then.
He just ran out. It's like, time to stop talking.
Yeah. We got Packins Land. Shipman's magnum opus. For those who don't know, Gary was on God Squad earlier. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because you sound like you're a good Christian kid, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, we do cross examinations every day here. We do God Squad on Saturday.
I have watched God Squad before. Yeah, for sure.
Right on.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna definitely try to watch more. I've just been getting into I really have been interested in just a lot of the comic book culture on YouTube. Like, there's so many great people who do videos, and you're right. I definitely should get on more. I mean, I do some stuff, but they're more just like me talking about writing techniques and writing. Kind of where to find artists, very typical comic book questions, especially towards comic book writers, because I find that is a very niche audience that is hungry for information, especially as to where to find an artist, how to make a really tight script. And like, I like to make videos about, writing 5-page stories. And like, that's really where the basis of good script writing starts and kind of that kind of stuff. But I do want to start doing live streams. I think that would be really fun, and then maybe looking over people's scripts or something like that. I've always had trouble with like the visual element because I don't do art, so I'll need to find some kind of way to kind of keep it interesting.
Well, I think you do well doing live streams and videos. You just take questions from the crowd, and it seems like, generally speaking, you talk a lot.
Yeah.
So that's a very good thing to do if you have a YouTube channel. Very, very good thing. Like, you get some of these people that are just, it's like pulling teeth trying to get them to say,
Right.
bro. No, being gregarious, being vocal, that's good entertainment.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to talk about with comic book writing. I think there's no real guide. I think that's a really difficult thing. So yeah, people are hungry for that kind of information.
Yeah.
People really want to know, like, where do you find your artists? Where do you find just basically the tools to create good scripts? And honestly, I also talk about reading not only comic books, because I feel like a lot of people who write comic books get stuck in the kind of lexicon of just reading comic books as much as possible. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a great thing. But I think that if you expand your reading in terms of psychology or fiction books or nonfiction books, truly like read something that interests you, and then so that you can love to read all sorts of things. Because I used to find that it was such a difficult obstacle reading normal books. And once you kind of master, like, okay, once you start reading books that you're truly interested in, then reading doesn't become much of a challenge anymore. So I think that's another thing I try to talk about on my channel is like, read what you love so that you love to read. So just these kind of ideas, like, but hopefully I know that could translate better into a live stream.
No, it'd be good. What else are you interested in?
Well,
Ryan, or got any questions for Edwin or I? Feel free. Otherwise, we're just going to let Ryan ramble all night.
I hope I'm not talking too much.
No, it's fine with me. It's saving my voice.
Can you dance? Can you dance or do any kata?
I can't dance. No.
All right, you should probably talk then.
So did you grow up in New York? And he's locked up or gone? Oh, there he is.
Oh, yeah, I grew up in Indiana. So
Indiana?
So that's like my home.
You decided to go to New York City for college. Were you just thinking, man, I need some debt. Let me get out to New York.
Yeah, I have a lot of I have friends, and then I also just like I felt that there's a lot of kind of opportunities to meet more people who might be more attuned to what I do. I've gone already to so many different comic book, whether it be zine fests or in the last month, I think there's been 10 like zine fest or small comic book shows that people have in bars, or just a lot of really, really interesting kind of shows that would never be available to me in any other place, possibly in the United States. I just find it so compelling, and there's so many people passionate about art here. And so I'm just very, very interested in that whole being here. There's just a lot of people who express themselves in all different kinds of art forms, and hopefully I might find people to collaborate with. I'd assume that maybe one day down the line I'll actually get to meet a collaborator, but as of yet I've only really worked with people through the internet. But that's just something that kind of will come to pass, I hope, eventually.
All right. Mad Cow asks, does Jesus exist in this universe?
Yes, certainly. Not that he appears in the book, but yes, absolutely. Well, he does appear in the book, sort of, because this good king Wenceslas. I don't want to give too much away, but there is a lot that has to do with the evangelical version of Christmas in the story.
For you then, do gingerbread men go to heaven?
Yes. If they, absolutely. They are eligible.
So did Jesus come to this planet and die as a gingerbread man?
Well, I can't go too much into that Christ thing, because that is kind of integral to the Good King Wenceslas part of the story. Because I mean, to give you an idea of how kind of secret I am about this character, we haven't revealed what he looks like, but eventually that will happen. But yeah, I do want to say I want to culminate every portion of Christmas that's been in my life into this story. So that evangelical version of Christmas is integral. I mean,
So
absolutely
are
integral.
you doing a little bit of a C.S. Lewis kind of thing?
Yes.
Something is like a Christophany sort of?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I mean, even down to our Father Christmas, he's definitely connected. In fact, I gave my artist this image from the book of the original C.S. Lewis, Narnia, of Father Christmas. And that is truly what kind of inspired our Father Christmas to kind of become a minimalist. Like we're so used to Santa, like he has 8 reindeer and he has a massive sleigh with massive toys. I just like that minimalist version of Santa. And I also love the story structure of these symbolic characters who represent biblical figures. So I just really wanted to culminate that into this story too, that kind of storytelling.
I have thousands of little elves as slaves.
There are elves, but they aren't. They're his friends. When he escapes the North Pole, they come with him, so he's not going to leave them. So he cares about they're his friends and family. So they're his family.
They're indentured servants. They're bond slaves, bond servants.
I mean, they're family. They're his family. And that's another thing. Like a lot of elves, I feel like in a lot of the movies are kind of away from Santa. So it's very interesting to see like these elves are truly his friends and his family, and he values them. And they each have really like unique characters, kind of like in The Year Without a Santa Claus, like how
Ryan, I'm going into theology here. Bondservant is family.
Yes. Yes.
So if we were looking at Good King Wenceslas, if we were looking at his high school yearbook, would Melchizedek be in the same yearbook, or
who?
Melchizedek.
Is this a biblical character? I'm sorry, I'm totally not.
No,
I'm not a theologian. I'm sorry.
No worries.
I'm not a theologian. I apologize.
It's all right. We're just testing your metal, kid.
I'm not that metal yet. I'm not that metal. I want to be more metal.
Checking your street cred here. No, it's a great visual. It's a great visual, man. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Actually, it reminds me a little bit of Imaginaries, but with a real Christmas bent to it, obviously.
Yeah. I've never seen like a story like a fantasy Christmas story on another planet. So I wanted to just make it happen, bring it into the world. Maybe it'll inspire new ones. I don't know.
It's epic, dude.
So is there any comic conventions in your area within the next week?
No. There was the New York Comic-Con, but I just couldn't make it. I work a lot during the weekends, so it's just very difficult to make that kind of stuff. But next year I am going to make it then. And ironically, my book, the third part of my book, is going to be launching in September of next year. So hopefully I'll be able to kind of talk about it then. But other than that, there's so many on the East Coast. Like there's so many. So I'm just going to try to go to more. And hopefully when this book comes out, I'll be able to give people versions of my book and the old one too. So
does your college have a manga or an anime club?
Probably, yeah. There's like 25,000 people that go. So, I mean, there's a chess club, so there's got to be a manga club. So I should probably get involved in that.
Well, I'm just saying, if you had some sort of little flyer or something, because your Bric-a-Brac logo and that color scheme is great. If you have like a card to hand out, I mean.
Yeah, another thing is like I love living in the city too because there are so many printers. And one of the beautiful things about this is I want to kind of have my own printer, like actually talk to and go physically to the place, so I can feel what's going to be printed. So I can, with this one, I'm using a really great printing service called Mixam, which I used with the last one, and they've been so nice to me, and so they're a great company in the UK that are just amazing at what they do, and I love the products that they give me. And but maybe next time, possibly with number 2, I would like to find a place in the city and build a relationship, because not only will that help me make a better product. Like, one of the things I love about Doug's product is that he has this ideologue that it's like, he wants the customer to feel like they ripped him off. And I love that sentiment. Like, I want to have the same thing. So I want to find the best quality of paper material. And
Well, I'll tell you what, Ryan, if you're printing in New York City, you will be getting ripped off.
yeah, that's probably true too. So maybe it'll just be the binding. I don't know. But yeah, you're probably right.
I speaking of which, we mentioned him earlier. Go talk to George Alexopoulos again.
Oh yeah,
Because
he bought his own print.
he's going to be printing his own comic books.
That's right. He's printing them in his home. That's what he told me. Yeah. So I need to talk to him too. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if it's, if you only end up having to print 200-300 copies, you're golden.
Yeah. I don't even think I need to print that many. Just if we just hit that goal, man. I hope so, though.
Let's hope that you do.
I'd love to make some stretch goals too. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I would love to.
We are only $22 away. That is one decent purchase away from $3,000 on Ryan Hawk's Bric-a-Brac #1, a fantasy Christmas story. So yeah, check it out, guys. Get in there and let's see if we can bump this up. There's Edwin. What up?
StreamYard just did some kind of weird auto refresh thing. All right, you're so young, so you may not know him, but Scott Kurtz, creator of Tabletop Titans,
Yes.
PvP, he's in the chat here. He says he'll probably print them for you and take a small fee. He bought a Ricoh printer and it's sitting in his house.
Oh yeah. He has great art.
All right. Doug gave crazy good value for his books. I know. It's insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
He is. He's a titan.
Yeah, like 8 feet tall too. So
Yeah, he's so kind. He's so kind.
all right, Scott says just Table Titans, not
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Titans.
Yeah. I
That's
added
my next book, Tabletop Titans. Scott says he really likes the artwork, so cartoony. Scott, Ryan is the writer. He hired what's their artist name?
Raphael is his name. Yeah.
Raphael what?
Sam.
Raphael.
Sam. Yep, he's on Instagram. Let me find it, and we'll go on it.
You do that. I'm gonna get over here.
And Ryan, you're 20 years old?
21. Yep.
There you go.
Just turned 21. Just turned
Young hustler.
Yeah. So, by the way, Raphael's at Raphael RAFAEL1234HC. He does. I know it's kind of a long one, but let me try to put it in the chat. That's probably a better idea. But he, just to give you a few examples of stuff, he does like Cruella de Vil. He does little drawings of really fun things. Adventure Time. Oh yeah, you guys have to check it out. Definitely.
All right.
I don't know how to put this in the live chat, but
Um,
I'll just put it in the private chat, and then maybe you guys will know how to.
Yeah, that's fine, dude. That is fine.
There you go.
Joe 47771 says, "Have a drink on me, kid." I don't know how to drink, but
I don't drink. No.
Lady Celtic Moon asks, "How much of the book do you have done?"
25% of the book is done,
All right.
and all the art prints are done. Everything on that end is done. So, yes, it is. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to be finished, but also 25% is done. I definitely want to at least have that much done with all my books, like before I start. And obviously, this is a new venture because with the other book, I was collaborating with people, and it took longer. But with this book, I am kind of making a venture with Raphael. We're working together and kind of creating something. As I said, my first long form story, so it demands a lot more from a singular artist, as anything would,
Right. Right.
What
So,
is-
any other projects yourself?
Any other projects? Man, I just want to get this funded right now, and then maybe we'll think about. I mean, the future. I obviously have a lot more to go, a lot more coming.
Have you been backing any projects on Indiegogo?
Oh, sorry. I thought you said. Oh, yes, I have. I backed Galactic Rodents of Mayhem, which was
cool.
an absolutely brilliant book. I just think that book is of a really amazing pedigree. Monster MD. I also and I'm going to back Lone Star, and also a lot of books on Kickstarter. Because that's where my grassroots were. I do have a lot of people like Carl Kessel, who helped me out and showed me a lot of love, and actually is very adamantly supported this book, which I am very, very thankful for. And his book, obviously, Impossible Jones, and my friend Curtis, who is doing this book called Beastlands over on Kickstarter, a book with a amazing art, absolutely stellar art. And just, I love backing things because I think you gain a sympathy and a passion for indie comic creators because of the fact how hard it is to do it, essentially. Like, it is, there's something in you, especially in me, maybe, that just, I want to back books that I think deserve to win and get over the finish line because it's a tough kind of venture, crowdfunding. So, yeah. That's what's definitely given way to a lot of the purchases I make too, is just loving the creator and their passion.
Yeah, I bet Weldon style would make a super cool cover for this too.
Wow. You familiar with Matthew Weldon?
I am not. Wait, maybe I am. Matthew.
Here, let me scroll back up. This is two pieces of his art here. This one here. Oops.
Oh. Yes, that's beautiful.
Yeah, and he's a regular on Drawn and Quartered and Friday Night Auctions every week. And then this piece here as well. That's his.
Very beautiful.
Weldon does a monthly comic book with Antarctic Press. Writer is Bill Williams. It's called Punchline.
Oh, yes, I've seen art for that book. That's a beautiful looking book.
Yeah.
Very awesome. I just need to get more aware of this stuff. Wow. Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, you in college or something? Jeez.
I am trying to follow as many people who are interested in comics as possible. That's kind of where I'm going for at first. Just kind of like, okay, who likes comics? And, that's what my Twitter experience has been so far. So,
Who like comics?
Yeah, pretty much.
Right on. Weldon hates money, says Jeremiah Jones. That's true. That is true. He underprices himself.
Yes.
And everything. So take advantage of it while you can.
There's just so many great books out now. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, and it is. I mean, dude, it's a whole new world, man, for comics. The crowdfunding thing. If you can build that audience and you can get enough people to support you, it doesn't take that many. I mean, look at this book. My book. I've got what? I got to go back and look. This is a reprint. This is a second printing. I've got 142 backers, and that's $10,000.
That is crazy. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, I need to get better with pricing. I think that's one of the things that I just am not good at, and it causes me a lot of trouble.
Yeah,
but I want my friend. I'm younger, and so I want my friends to be able to back it. Unfortunately, that comes with a price, and that's why my digitals are so low. That's why I offer digital to begin with, and I want my friends to be able to get the book. And I really appreciate them and love them for wanting to help me out. And I get it's a lot to ask, but as the times goes on, I'm really considering just having a digital bundle.
You're over 3,000, by the way. Your power levels and your funding are now over 3,000.
Get over here and refresh.
Yes.
$3,025. was.
But yeah, man, and thank you for that, for everybody for backing the book. But yeah, I will say I need to work harder on making my rewards a little bit more I don't know. I think they need to be a little bit more pricey. Shipping is something that I grappled with, kind of struggled with. And so I've come to the point where it's like, okay, international above $15, and then US $5. And then sometimes I think with my first book, I offered free shipping, which was a bad idea because shipping definitely, shipping definitely like it adds to your total. So, a lot of things, the pricing I find is my biggest issue right now.
Jalapeno milk. Let's find out. Let's find out if Ryan has ever been on a 4chan forum. Are you ready? This is a super chat from Jalapeno Milk. He says, "Is General Omen activated? Does it activate your omens? Good hustle, kid."
What? I don't know what that is.
All right, Jalapeno Milk, you got your answer, sir.
I will say that General Almond is one of the reasons why he's getting all this new technology is because, as you see in the first page or the second page, they are only made of wood. They are very they're not advanced beings. They are very simple. Their swords are even made of wood. So as you can imagine, when they're contacted by essentially space pirates and who are like, hey, we want the resource underneath your planet, which is to them like vibranium. Of course, the Nutcrackers are going to take that and say, yeah, we'll give it to you if you give us weapons, and then they take over the planet, at least attempt to.
So what? So it's a matter of sending everybody down to the candy cane mines. What is the unobtainium that's underneath?
It is Christmas spirit. It manifests. It's kind of like the Force, but it manifests. So and they dig underneath the planet and find it, and it is a resource to different planets that allows them to make high technology, new technology essentially. And a lot of planets around Planet Christmas have been noticing over the years, there's something going on down there. There's a huge amount of energy we're figuring out, and it's coming from this Christmas planet. And no one on Planet Christmas is very advanced. They are, before the war, they're very happy. It was a sublime place to live. So why would they worry about technology, right? I mean, above just making life a little better for themselves, a simple kind of technology. So then things get complicated. So, yeah.
Very cool. So is that what the planet looks like?
That is, yep.
That is a very large candy cane.
Danny Epson Salt says, "What is General Omen?" General Omen is commander of the Nutcracker Army.
That's correct.
And he looks like Alan Moore.
He does. I love that now because it makes me think that Alan Moore celebrates Christmas, which I hope he does. I think he does. I don't know. After reading Neonomicon, I don't know what he does anymore.
Alan Moore? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think he eats kittens for Christmas. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to know what his days are like, to be completely honest, because he's so fascinating to me. But anyway.
Anyway. I don't know where to go from here. I'm just going to sit here and let Ryan talk all night.
Yeah, that's a good plan. I almost feel like I need a nap now. Ryan has got.
Ryan, does your sister help you at all with any of this stuff?
No. This is all me. Yeah. This story has been a long time coming, just really been wanting to talk about all this stuff I've felt about Christmas for so long. And I felt, hey, I have the artist who's going to want to do it with me. Let's make it happen. You have to take that opportunity. And I feel like we're delivering with these pages. This is exactly what I wanted to depict and more. I mean, it looks exactly like it did in my brain and even better because I've sat with these pages for 2 months and I'm still seeing new things. And I think that is a testament to the genius, the brilliance of Raphael. I think he's just awesome.
How fast does he turn this stuff around?
I say probably like a page every 4 or 5 days. He does work at a studio, an animation studio, so he's not. It's kind of a side job. So which is fine, which is awesome because he also, I hope that he gets exposure. I really want him to get exposure. He deserves it. He's worked so hard, and hopefully the work is a testament to that.
It is. I love the style.
Is he drawing any of this traditionally, or is it all digital?
It is all digital. Yeah, I think I love that it's digital. I get that maybe if it were on paper, there would be kind of a cool new rewards that could be made for that, or I think people would like to see what his work looks like. But I also think he's able to add a lot of new detail with digital. I just think also because he works in an animation studio, he's used to digital. Mm-hmm. So asking him to work on paper after probably working 8 hours in front of a computer is a little bit of it's a little jarring, I would imagine. So I'm not sure. I'm not an artist, but yeah, that's, I love it either way. I love it either way.
Let's check out your tiers.
Yeah, sure. We've tried to simplify them with the last week. We've taken out the very simple or the more complex ones and just made it very, very simple. So
expensive one. Create a Christmas creature.
Yes.
Tell me.
So yeah, it's a fantasy book. So I wanted to get the community involved in making the fantastical creatures of the book. So essentially that's why we have there's a Christmas snowman. There's a snowman spider. There is a dragon that celebrates Christmas. There are going to be a bunch of there's a Christmas lobster. There are going to be so many interesting fantasy characters that I want the community to be a part of. I want to make a really fun, because basically there's a scene where all these characters are going to be in Christmasville. And so I would love to just make a fun.
And Ryan's gone again. He should be back any moment, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry. Yeah, but anyway, it's just an excuse to make a really cool page, essentially. And I really want to get the community a part of it because that's what crowdfunding is about. Right. It's kind of it goes back to tribal times where cultures would, we're telling stories were a group effort, not a singular effort. And that's one of the most refreshing things about crowdfunding is that you're getting everyone involved. It's almost like I said, those when people would tell ancient stories and someone in the circle would add another thing and then add another thing. That's what I really, really think it's kind of about. So
okay,
I love crowdfunding.
Rodimus Flash has the definitive answer on Alan Moore. He says Alan Moore spends his time with the other Ints protecting Middle Earth from Christopher Lee.
I love Christopher Lee. I actually was going to see his Count Dracula movie, but I just didn't have time.
Count Dracula. Tchaikovsky's Revenge for $55. What do you get?
So just by the way, with that last one, you get everything, all the previous rewards. But this one, you get all the previous rewards, which we'll go into later, and a sketch from Raphael of a character from the book of your choice. So, yeah.
All right. And for $40, Underneath the Tree.
Yes. So all previous rewards plus a bundle of really awesome digital comics. So stuff that came out this year, Beastlands, Impossible Jones by Carl Kessel, and then Ichabod Jones #1, which is kind of a throwback one. It's from a while back by my friend Russell, and a lot of people who have just helped me out, kind of taught me a little bit of the ropes of crowdfunding, kind of helped me through it. And, I thought an idea of a digital bundle kind of fit with Christmas.
So you get 6 of other people's comics?
Yeah.
How did you work that out?
They just said, hey, you can do it. And then I gave them my book and we kind of made a huge kind of trade. And it was an interesting thing. I mean, I haven't got a huge reception from it, but I think
that's crazy. If you like digital comics at all, you get
a pretty good bundle there.
Comics for $40 plus all the previous rewards, which include.
We'll go into them.
Huh?
Well,
Comic Book Journey says, does Ryan ever take a breath? No, he is running on pure, concentrated Christmas spirit. He does not need to breathe.
Which includes an ornament, an art print, a bookmark, holiday card, physical Bric-a-Brac copy number 1, digital PDF of Bric-a-Brac number 1. So actually, you get 7.
Oh, an ornament. Let's see the ornament.
7.
I'm making the ornament, so it's kind of I'll be making them immediately once the campaign ends. So
It's gonna be made out of a rubber band and a used,
it's gonna be. I mean, it's not gonna be the most amazing, but it will be written. It's gonna be kind of a thank you card. So
Does the ornament involve strings and uncooked macaroni, or?
It's gonna be. I think it kind of is gonna go back to 5th grade, maybe. Kind of like a 5th grade. But you know what? Hopefully, people will find some happiness in it. And also, obviously, you can get an awesome print and a bookmark with it. And the print is pretty epic because it's Father Christmas with the 2 epic reindeer behind him that's the thumbnail. So that is the print you're going to get if you back that part. So
Hit the Mike, hit refresh on the thing, man.
physical
Hit
book
the
for $12 and the digital copy and a name on the page. $12, guys. We've got a crazy person here. All right, let's go. It's like NASA pricing. $3,042. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But guys, seriously, get this $40 bundle. He's insane. You get all that other crap. You get everything else. And you get 6 additional comic books for $40. Kid.
All right, this space for rent says, gotta go, but it was nice catching you guys live for a bit.
Yep,
Merry Christmas, all.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, so are you gonna keep this? In demand through?
yes, absolutely.
All right.
I love the concept of in demand, but what are the pitfalls of in demand?
All right. What are you gonna do when it comes to Black Friday and Cyber Monday? Because you got to have some kind of an extra deal you can throw in there, because those can be some of your biggest days of your campaign.
That is, I didn't think about that, but you're right. I want to try in demand. Because I would always love to. We could hit stretch goals in theory in demand too. So it'll be a new challenge. But you're right. I'm gonna definitely think about that. I was
already extended your campaign.
No, not yet.
So how long has this gone?
This is for 30 days.
Oh, just extend it.
Yeah, I can extend it. Do you want me to? Should I do it now or?
No. Do it on your last day.
Yeah, I think we might make it, but could I extend it and then put it in demand, or?
Yeah.
So I could extend it for a week. I'm new to Indiegogo.
Extend it through Cyber Monday at least.
Yep.
So maybe
that might push back the book production though, which I don't want to anger backers. But
why would it push
that might have to be
production?
Because a lot of the pages have to be finished, and I did kind of promise people I would at least have something to show by Christmas, like at least like 5 to 10 pages to show by Christmas. So I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
Getting more money in, and your artist is working a real job, right? Can't he be doing it at the same time anyways?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll probably message you about this.
Captain Hiltz has actually a legitimate and useful question. He says, backed, looks cool. What's the age range? Can I read it with my 5-year-old daughter?
Yes, it is all ages. 100% all ages. Yep. But Mike, I will email you or message you about that, because I do need to kind of figure out some stuff about in demand. I'm not quite sure, and also extending campaigns, because I just know Kickstarter, so any information will be helpful probably.
All right, hold on a second. I think I need to print something. You guys go on without me.
All right, let's take a look. Let me hit a refresh here. What did you start the day at? Were you at 98 backers? or 96.
Something like that.
You're at 108 backers now. You are at
Yes.
Hey, let me refresh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 3087. Booyah. How do I get to this? Hold on, I'm gonna mute myself while I talk to myself.
All right. Let me shut my door. My dogs are running around. All right, little girl. All right, you're all cockinated. All right, go be a good girl. But that is, yeah, sit right in the doorway, Brainiac. All right. All right. While we're waiting for Mike to come back, I think, you under that verbal torrent, I couldn't recall what you said you were actually studying in college.
Yes. I am going to be, I'm studying to be an secondary English teacher.
Oof.
Yep.
Are you going into debt to become a teacher?
No, I go to a community college, so it's not like incredibly expensive. And since I live in New York, I get, it's not, I did that for a purpose. I'm not passionate about school as that passionate, so I'm not going to go to like a huge university, right? So I would rather go to a community college. And so,
that's a great choice.
And I think that this is something that a lot of people should consider, because there's a lot of people in big universities who obviously when they get out regret it. I've had people tell me who have been in big universities, I wish I could have went to community college. So, there's a weird stigma about community college that I think needs to leave, because it's going to be more popular, I think, in the next couple years, is going to these, commuter campuses. And I love it. I think it's the coolest thing. All my family has all gone to community college, so it's not very different for me,
Well, there you go. And you'll have something. You'll have a successful comic book career to share with your students. Ryan here wants to be a secondary English teacher, not English as a second language, but
high school
English teacher.
Yes.
What? You want to be a teacher?
Yeah, that's just kind of my backup thing. Yeah, it's not like my main thing. It's just, I like English and I like to read. So, I don't know. I would maybe like to become a professor one day.
You know what? What you get to do is read a lot of really badly written stuff to grade it.
Yeah, that's another thing. So, yeah, I might teach in high school for a couple years and then maybe go back to school. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's kind of an interesting thing. I'm not a huge fan of. I like the idea of schools. I've just always wanted. I've seen a lot of my teachers, and I've wanted to improve upon what they've taught, and especially English teachers. And I've always just kind of been obsessed with how stories are taught to people, and I would just love to kind of do that. And then in a high school level, and then maybe in a college level too, collegiate level eventually. Yeah. So I'm kind of fascinated with that, and yeah.
Well, now the one thing in his favor, Mike, he's taken his initial courses at a community college.
Nice. All right, let's give Lone Star a refresh real quick. Oh my gosh, we are $2 away from 1,000.
Very nice.
Who wants to put us over 11,000? Oh, looks like I sold another early bird special. That's what bumped it up. Dang. Early bird special, ladies and gentlemen. 9-pack of all signed covers and 9 metal prints. 7 out of 100 claimed. That'll be good. Wow. Sweet. Thank you, guys. Somebody pitched $2 in there so we can get over 11. I don't think I have a donate tab, so yeah. I don't even know if it's possible to just give $2. All right, I gotta see if I need to print this out.
All right, very good. All right, so this is approximately 25% done. It's 30 pages, so that's about 7 pages are already in the bank. Maybe a little bit more.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. And including all the art prints are.
Print 12 sheets.
Yep, he's frozen.
Sorry. Hopefully, if we reach a stretch goal, though, we might get another print unlocked too. So that will be finished while Raphael is doing his pages, and that will reveal Good King Wenceslas. So that's exciting. His design is going to be very interesting, I have to say, because there's no real depiction of Good King Wenceslas in culture other than from the story, the song. So this guy's a little different, and he has he lives in a castle, of course, because he's a king. But he has knights at his disposal that are they want to kind of carry out his will, and he looks different. He kind of looks like a bad guy. So you'll be interested to see what he looks like.
Very cool. Very cool. Mr. Miller, I need to take a break for a little bit, and I will be back in. Everybody, please do it, and we'll put the link to this in the chat again. Check out this Bric-a-Brac. It is a fantastic-looking book. This is the creator, the writer, and creator of Bric-a-Brac here, Ryan. He is an enthusiastic young man and wants you to share this Christmas spirit adventure with him. All right. I'll be back shortly, Mr. Miller.
All right, man. All right, let's see. Draken says you can just donate by hitting the back it button. Oh, really? All right. You can do that then. Jalapeno Milk says, is this book really all ages if there's a scene where Epstein didn't kill himself?
Okay.
Do you follow politics at all?
No, I don't talk about politics at all, other than with my parents, probably. keep the politics at home.
Keep the politics at home. All right. Just heard about this. Who is their publisher? It's self-published.
Self-published, absolutely, 100%.
He's trying to figure out his printing.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting thing. I would pay an extra expense if I can find a really awesome group of people. I mean, to print my book. I mean, I get, the company I'm using now. I mean, I'll probably never be able to meet them. It's a little impersonal, and when there's issues, like they accidentally sent it to the wrong address and it got sent back, and I don't want to do that. So I would really like to kind of have a one-on-one relationship with my printer.
All right.
I don't know. I feel like that could be an interesting thing. And I'm in one of the biggest cities in the world. So I mean, obviously there could be some,
Martin Flores, you might be new. I think you might have answered this already, but he says, how did you get your artist and how did you meet or how did you find him?
Oh, okay. I don't think I answered this. ArtStation. ArtStation is where the heat is for all the new artists these days. Yeah, ArtStation is absolutely like essential. I would also say that Instagram is totally good to find new artists because not only can you kind of DM them, you can DM people on ArtStation, but I just think that they're both visually based social media things. Finding people on Twitter is probably possible too, and there's DMs for that and stuff. But ArtStation, I would say, is the best because you can actually go, well, both on Instagram and ArtStation, you can go #comics on Instagram and scroll down and find some good people and recents. And that's what I did for a very long time. In fact, I still do, on lunch breaks, or that's where I find new people. That's where I could find, the next person who's going to do my new story, And then also on ArtStation, there is a tier, or there's a thing you can press that gets you into comics and then new stuff, and then you can scroll down and find new comics. So I would say that ArtStation is just one of the best places too, because it allows you to buy art from the artists, and just kind of a really fun website, I think, in terms of presentation too. A lot of the images are very high res, and just DeviantArt is pretty much a cesspool at this point. I used to use it, but it's not that great. So
wait, what's cesspool?
Oh, DeviantArt.
Oh, is it really? I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah, it's just kind of like a lot. Well, it's not. There are people who post good art on there, but when every other piece of art is pornographic, it gets really gross. Like you feel kind of gross after a while. It's a little difficult to like scroll through that stuff.
Yeah. It's all porn, says Jeremiah Jones. It didn't used to be.
No, it didn't used to be.
Jeremiah Jones says again, all of it.
Just to emphasize.
Moon said that I am over 11,000, so let's go check it out. If it's at 11,000 exactly, I'm going to laugh. Hey, wow.
Someone actually did. Oh, no.
I wonder what that was. Let me check it out Let me check it out what I'm getting. Gosh darn it. For some reason, my email is just not. Oh, it's locked up. That's why it's not refreshing. All right, let me close this. So what do you have next up in line after this project? The second book or what?
Yeah, you know what? I did have another book planned, and I might have a smaller book planned. A smaller, maybe my goal might be 2,000. I might do another version of the Unspeakable Text, which was the horror comic anthology, maybe at the beginning of the summer. But, this story is not just about Christmas. It's about the concept of Christmas. So we're going to launch number 2 in March. And I know it's odd, but it is a fantasy story. And we are kind of going forward with this fantasy Christmas idea. And so we're going to launch again for number 2 in March or April, and then keep the momentum going by launching again in September/October. So exciting stuff. I want to keep the momentum going too, because I think Raphael and I are just, the time is now. The time is now. And so we're going to get this book out. We're going to get it out to everybody because hopefully people are hungry for it and interested in it.
Absolutely. Let me, that wasn't. I want to say thank you to, I can't tell who, because sometimes like in any go-go, you want to thank everybody, but sometimes people don't want stuff to be public, and it's weird. It used to be that you could be able to go through it was like your backers were listed on the front page, and then it would tell you whether or not their donation or their backing was public. But just going to the back room, I can't say. So I'll just say thank you to CL for Lone Star 1 and 2. Thank you to Eric for Lone Star second printing and Heart of the Hero unsigned add-on. Thank you to Juan. Thank you to Larry for Lone Star 1 and 2. Thank you, Ricardo, for Lone Star for the Troops. That's my favorite. That is my favorite.
I love that one too.
Yeah. You guys go in here and you are dropping money to send books at cost for me to the troops. Bam, right there. 4 claims so far. I don't make a dime off of this. Actually, I'm going to spend extra money to send extra copies of the troops like I did last time. But I thank everybody who is sending books to the troops, because it's like Christmas for them. Thank you, Dale, for Lone Star second printing. Thank you, Ricardo, again for the early bird special. $300. Thank you. Thank you, Anthony, for Lone Star second printing signed. Andrew for the original sketch card round 1. Ooh, nice. Jim for Heart of the Hero first printing cover A. Keontae Hendricks. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say it. Keontae, not Hendricks. Second printing. Guy for second printing. Zachary for the second printing. Kevin for Lone Star 1 and 2. I'm just going to do all the ones I got in today. Martin for the Injustice original art tier. And George for the Brigade secret tier. Thank you, everyone who pitched in today and everyone who pitched in before that. But it's been a really good day today, so I kind of wanted to check my campaign insights and see how we are doing. Have you been just promoting this? Because I know, like, for me, I've been so busy. I just this was a second printing, so I wasn't terribly worried about it doing. So I just kind of like set and let it go.
Yeah. Yes, I've been going pretty ham.
Hammering your campaigns.
Yeah, I've been hammering, definitely. I've been on interviews every single day of the campaign. video interviews, podcast interviews, sometimes twice a day. So I found that that's at least how it might not get you a huge amount of backers every show, but it does get people, those are the people who are going to support and retweet your book. Those are the people who, are just, if they're going to let you on your show, I think that just says a lot about, their interest in your book. And I find that and the beautiful thing is I have a huge list. So for every time I need to go again, I'll just go down the list again. And, hopefully the people will have me on. And It's a beautiful thing. And I've been able to meet so many different people through it. And I've just really enjoyed doing it. And I did week 3 have a sore throat because I'd been talking so much. To give you an idea of, I literally had a sore throat, and I feel bad because this one podcast, I was literally just coughing half the time, and had internet connection issues. But you know what? We went through that. We took that L, and it's just been a blast. I've learned so much on this campaign. Oh my goodness. I've just learned a lot. So I just think that, if you're starting a campaign, you need to get the word out in any way you can. And so Twitter is new to me, but I've been DMing people. And I know that some people might find that maybe annoying, but honestly, you just have to do it, especially if you have to grind.
You responded to me in 30 seconds.
Oh yeah. I'm on there because that is where, and I'm not a big social media guy, but when you have to be your own marketing person and producer, you have to think different. And the creative side kind of turns off, and the beast mode side turns on. And so I've every morning I just get up and get on and work really hard to make it kind of a unique Twitter thing, unique Twitter feed, here's an image of what here's the inks, here's the colors, here's the early lettering, just very interesting, minute little details about the book to make your content interesting, because you don't want to spam, but you have to just get it out there, right. And don't, Give
me a second. Dark Admiral Marcher asks, is the campaign closing? I'm not entirely, I'll probably extend it through Black Friday. I don't know how many days that's going to be. But like I said, I haven't been campaigning. So I've got half of mine just to throw it in demand and just let it go, because I haven't been campaigning. So it kind of seems stupid to leave it open as a campaign. But I don't know. I guess I have a few hours to figure it out. Aaron Louvier says, just got here. Who is this and what's his campaign? This is Ryan Hawk. He is a young, upstanding young man, and his project is Bric-a-Brac, a fantasy Christmas story. Fantastic. We'll let him give a pitch. I'm going to read a couple more chats here real quick. Campaigns are always closing like a champ. Yeah. So and then Muerte says, you are all great. Thank you for supporting Mike. He's a good man. Oh, thank you, Muerte. I appreciate that. And Ryan's a good kid too. And Ryan, we're gonna let you pitch your book again while I allow this to roll, because we got want to know, why should they support Bric-a-Brac, Ryan?
Okay, well, it is basically, a very simple, in simplest terms, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman combined in a Star Wars universe with the Star Wars kind of concept behind it. So yeah, Rudolph, Star Wars, that's what this book is in essence. And it talks a lot about Christmas. It talks a lot about all these different kinds of things. It depicts a story of a planet Christmas. It's a war-torn world, and there are different people fighting a war of resources. The Nutcrackers, a rebellion against the Nutcrackers, comprised of fantastical Christmas characters, and Good King Wenceslas, and then also Sugar Plum Fairies, and a lot of different kinds of very classic Christmas characters you've known, but in this universe they're twisted. They have different kind of things going on. And so yeah, in essence, that's really a simple pitch of my story.
All right. Dark Admiral Marcho says, okay, thanks, Blacklist Universe. I want to back Lone Star's second print and Bric-a-Brac. Money gets tight around this time of year. I know. That's why you don't generally want to be launching. Like I've had a couple people say they want to launch. I'm like, you're not launching now. I'm like,
yeah.
it's not a good time to launch. This is
Right.
like the tail end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get one good day. You get 2 good days this season. Again, that is Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Those are the only 2 good days in this month for selling books. But when are you going to be having this done and shipped?
Well, my initial goal was to have a digital copy out in December, January, and then the same thing with the physical maybe later in January. So,
all right.
yeah.
All right. Michael Lynch says, maybe you should leave campaign up until Alejandro's cover has been seen for a while. I love Alejandro. I really wish he would get the cover done. I asked him. I have 9 covers on my campaign. Alejandro Mirabal was supposed to do one, and he hasn't done it yet, and it's the last day of the campaign. I'm like, please. So hopefully, yeah, that'll get done soon. He said he was doing sketches today, but I don't think I've seen anything. Just extend, Mike. Finish Soul of the Soldier and then pimp your campaigns hard through Cyber Monday. That's probably ideal. That's probably what I'll do. Young 5 Ever says, Ryan, what surprised you the most about the minutia of trying to publish a comic book?
As I said, crowdfunding is a huge portion of that because right now that's what I'm using. And there's a whole lot of difficulty going on with that. But even if I took out that element, which is huge, I just think the idea of publishing a comic book is kind of difficult in terms of just learning how to. When I first saw my printed comic book, I just looked at the pages and looked at how maybe the pages connected. I think once you see your books in print, you look at them in a different way where you look at them more as a story. I've obviously seen a lot of my books on digital, but when you turn a page and you can actually react to what's going on, that changes things. So I guess to answer your question, publishing a comic book, writing a comic book, composing it, I learned a lot about the just the minute writing, the scripting of a comic book by publishing my first one. And now I'm more focused on the kind of the techniques, the hidden techniques in writing a comic book that are definitely there. There's different reactions you want to get when you obviously don't want to reveal a character at the bottom of a page because everyone's going to be looking at that when, you kind of are reading. So, it's just different things like that. And on the yeah, exactly. So, in terms of publishing, I'm publishing, but I'm just sending things to people. Basically, I'm just sending books that people bought from me to people. I'd love to get things published eventually, but self-publishing, I think one of the challenges is sending things. Sending things is really, really difficult, especially to people in different countries where you have to fill out huge, slips of paper. That there's many different, kind of like how checks have 2 pieces of paper. These pieces of paper have 4 pieces of paper connected to them, and you write in a pen all the addresses, and if it's to a different country, that is a very difficult thing in terms of self-publishing, sending out the books. But yeah, the 2 things that the minutiae, as you say, I think is just the writing of the books, which I found out in publishing, and then also the sending, which is 2 very interesting points, I think.
All right. I hope that was a long enough answer to your question.
I don't know. Well, yeah.
Andrew J says, yeah, Max. Yeah, that was my cat. He just scratched me in the face. Thanks for supporting him. Gotta go, says Dark Admiral. All right. Peace out, brother. Hitter hair, says Simeon. I'm assuming he's having a stroke. Well, right on, man. So what have been some of your influences comic wise?
Grant Morrison, of course. He is totally awesome.
Costume job.
Yeah. I think Grant Morrison is a genius, definitely. He's just like
You got
he
me
is.
fired off my job.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I was going X-Men at Marvel, and Grant Morrison comes in and he's revamping all of the second tier X titles, and so all of everyone except I think Jim Chung was the only guy who survived the absolute changeover of all of the second tier X titles.
Oh, jeez.
Off X-Men, I had to go draw Superman.
Well, then never mind Grant Morrison. I really like Scott Snyder. He's a really great guy. I think he's in recent years he's he's doing okay. But when he was in his prime, I think was around the obviously Court of Owls and then also the Batman Endgame, like these really super awesome stories. And his collaboration with Greg Capullo is, I think, a point where artists and writers they don't get. You have to work really hard to get to the point they were at least in the prime of Batman, when they were working really hard together on that book. I think that was an epic. It showed me the power of a collaboration. I think that book especially. And I would also say, Patrick, or not Patrick, please. I would say, what's his name? Jeff Lemire, I like a little bit. I really, really dig a lot of Mark Waid's early stuff.
Yeah.
I know I mean, say what you will about him. He was a genius. He was a brilliant storyteller. He might be
my favorite writers.
Yeah, he might be a different guy now, but
I worked with him on JLA back when I was doing that in like 2000, and he was the best writer I'd ever worked with. That guy understands how to write for comic books better than anyone else I'd ever worked with.
Yeah, and absolutely. I think Chuck Dixon is totally underrated and epic. Well, actually, no, he's not underrated. He's written, I think, what I've heard as the most amount of comic books ever, and I think he's scripted the most amount of comic books ever, which is a feat in itself. But the thing is, the quality of his scripts. He never just does something for, he never just does something with no passion. I just think he's a brilliant writer. I love his work on No Man's Land. I love his obviously his work on Nightfall and a lot of the early Batman. I like his Punisher. I really, really dig just a lot of his Batman work, and it's exciting that he's on the indie scene now because that just shows that there's so many more possibilities.
Oh, Muerte just backed you, which means
thank you.
A good bump because Muerte is a good guy. I like that good writing.
Yeah.
Very important to me because a lot of guys they'll read anything and they don't understand what good writing is. I'd be very interested to actually read some of your stuff, maybe check it out and see if you're available for something.
Yeah, man, absolutely. That would be awesome. But yeah, man, I think there's just some. I know I don't want to mention Grant because I know that you guys have some history, but he's a great writer.
I want to hear something else. Another missed ship. Grant Morrison and Mark Miller. Mark Miller, right?
They were friends, right?
Yeah. Well, they wrote their first book together was Aztec.
Mm-hmm.
They wrote it together. I was supposed to be the artist on it, but they were taking so long to get the script that I backed out of it to go work at Wildstorm. So I was supposed to be the artist on Aztec. It would have been Mark Miller's first book, my second book. It would have been an interesting, confusing time.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, hey, Aztec.
Let's refresh this real quick. See where you're at. 3087, 3147. Not too shabby.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, man, Aztec is a great character. I liked I was watching a clip of Justice League. Isn't he in Justice League for like an episode or something like the Justice League Unlimited?
I don't know. I didn't like his design. I redesigned him, but and I think Grant Morrison might have designed the initial.
Yeah.
So I actually went and redesigned him because I didn't like it.
Yeah. I can't lie. He has a big influence on my work. He's a great writer. He might be a diva. And I'm sorry about your history, but man, the guy knows how to write, and his Batman and Robin is have infinite fanship for that book and him. That book is amazing. I think that's probably the comic book I read. That and Batman R.I.P. Are just two books that, and I love Tony Daniel. I think that Tony Daniel is such a rock star artist because the thing about him is he's like a chameleon. Like he can work with someone like Tom King, who is a minimalist, and he has very small little lettering. He doesn't letter, but his dialogue is very sparse, and there's not a lot of story there.
And Ryan broke the internet.
Sorry, I don't know why this keeps happening. I apologize about that.
On your phone?
But no, I'm on my computer. It's just sometimes, I'm not sure why it's happened. This has actually never happened on StreamYard. I usually have had some pretty good experiences. So
did you say you were on Doug TeNaples' show?
I was on his show. Yep, right the day after the campaign launched.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That
was fun. Doug is a great guy. Doug is an awesome, truthful. I mean, just an amazing dude, and I just really appreciate him giving me that opportunity.
How did you end up on Doug's show?
How did I end up on his show? I think a little bit of fate, and also I talked to Antonio Bryce, who is his friend, I guess, and I guess maybe he shot him a message about me, and I guess Doug just had a huge fanship for my book, and he was like, "Oh my good," he backed it. So I was like, "Wow, this guy actually does like my book." So I want to give him something special in the little backing thing. Hopefully I might just even give him like a sketch from the artist for surprise, because I think he definitely helped me out, and I just really appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, it looks like we're helping you out too.
Thank you. And I will give you something extra too.
Stop it. Cool, man. Yeah, well, I'm looking at Lone Star Heart of the Hero. We are at $11,101, which actually puts us in the first 30 days at about 10% of our total from the first campaign. We're like $200 away from being at 10% of our total from the actual first Lone Star Heart of the Hero campaign, which is cool considering that campaign ran for like 5 months.
Yes. I love how Indiegogo can let you make your campaign. I think that what I like about Indiegogo is that it doesn't restrict you. And that's a beautiful thing. Kickstarter wants to restrict you. And not to say anything bad about Kickstarter, but it's just like when you're given more tools, you can do amazing stuff. Like you can do what you're doing. And that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. No, I mean, dude, this is changing my entire life. This has been the best year financially, probably of my entire career.
Yeah.
I mean, man, it's not bragging. If you've seen my campaigns, I've done, incredibly well. Of course, there's a lot of cost to it. And I've actually spent a lot of money on advertising that nobody really knows about.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, it's such a world-changing thing where I can stop and take 2 days to draw a page because I just really want it to look good instead of just trying to hustle up and meet deadlines and stuff. I mean, I have deadlines, but I give myself so much cushion that, I'm not under that kind of a stress. So I can really do the best work of my career. I love it. Love it. And you're just there at the beginning of your career, and you're finding it to be rewarding.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's difficult with this crowdfunding thing, but hopefully if I master it, it's kind of like exercise. Like it doesn't feel good to exercise, but when you're finished with it, it feels amazing. So that's the same thing with crowdfunding. You have to go through the fire to get to the end. You know what I mean? And so that's what I've learned is that, it's not necessarily a thing of do you like it or do you not? It's just a means of getting where you want to go, where everyone wants you to go, and finding fans and finding friends through that.
Yeah, Nutty Wolfie says, to think your best year came about after leaving the big two. I know. It's true. I mean, not that I wasn't getting some great royalties from Injustice, but it still doesn't compare to I mean, just look at this. Meg did 62,000. Well, this is nothing. My first campaign did 113,000 before we closed it. My Lone Star 2 did 176,000. It's not even closed yet. So, I mean, it's just been a fantastic year, and hopefully, someone asked if I'm not doing anything else for the rest of the year. Does that mean I'm waiting till next year? Yeah, I'm waiting till next year. Next year, probably launch in February or March. But you only get that window. You get, you just can't do winter. You can't do winter. So, I mean, I could leave it open through winter. That's one thing, but launching in winter, you might as well just shoot yourself in the foot.
Why? Why is that? I mean, I get Christmas, but what about January? Don't people have money from Christmas after?
Nobody has money in January. January is if you probably haven't worked in retail.
No.
January is the worst month for retail because everybody blew all their money on Christmas.
Yeah.
They're trying to recoup in January. February rolls around, it gets a little bit better. April, when they get their tax returns, that's when people start spending money. Spring, summer, halfway through fall. That's the window for crowdfunding. So
yeah, hopefully, I'm gonna definitely be learning that. Yeah,
man. I mean, if you got questions, just let me know, and I'm happy to help.
Yeah, definitely with in demand, I will need to. I just need some clarification over some of the stuff is a little complicated. So yeah, it would be cool.
Yeah, and here, let me open this up real quick. Oh my gosh, what the heck? Get up. Hold on a second. What are you doing? Why is that worst stacked pile of garbage? Somebody needs to take care of this. Not me. Not now. This is like all your school books. Why am I doing this? This room is a mess. But I wanted to show, for those who didn't see it yet, I think everybody did, but I got Six Gun Samurai here. I got the Meg Indiegogo exclusive. I got the Meg retail variant, which I'm still going to have available here. And I got Deal with the Devil. Look how much comic book goodness you can get. Actually, let me move one of these. So you can get that much Mike S. Miller comic book goodness for $50 on Deal with the Devil, Six Gun Samurai, Meg at the Meg Pack. Get the Meg Pack, $50. You get 400 plus pages of my work, and I'll have those books in 11 days. 10 days? 10 days. Oh my gosh, 10 days. I got to drive up to Long Beach to pick those up. Jeremiah says, did you have to make a deal with the devil to get those printed? Not the devil. Not the devil. Victor said Bitcoin went down on his second monitor. Now you're going to make me look up Bitcoin. I swear it's not very... Let's see. Coin market cap. You pay any attention to Bitcoin?
I don't.
Bam, 93.43. Nope, not going down. Bitcoin's good. Bitcoin's doing good. Look at that. Nice. All right, 93.43. Sorry, whoever said that, but you're wrong. Wrong! But yeah, get over there, get some Six Gun Meg. I am going to end up shutting this one down when I start fulfilling, so should be a couple weeks. Simeon, let's see. Bishop Bowie said just backed Bric-a-Brac. So let's check out where you're at. 3147, 3182. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So good. Yeah, everybody get in there. Get yourself some Bric-a-Brac. We are only 1,000 $518 away from the goal. The goal. Victor says he reminds me of a young Edwin Boyette. What? Why would I don't understand. I don't understand. Ninja Comics says, if I can't back the Meg campaign in the next 10 days, will you have extras to sell in the near future? I'll have extras. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do that. I might, if I close that out, I might add them on to whatever campaign I have open. So I might take the Lone Star 2 campaign, if that's still open, and just add them on as another add-on tier. So yeah, you'll be able to get them. Don't freak out. Eric Masioro says, this is the kind of story he should try pitching to Pureflix. It's right down their alley. Do you know what Pureflix is?
I don't. What is that?
I have no idea. Wait, this better not be porn. Watch family-friendly movies and TV shows online. Prayer box, sweet inspiration. I am Gabriel. So this looks like Christian Netflix.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe.
Bitcoin 9,343. Come on, baby. How are you this young and don't know about Bitcoin? Come on now.
I need to.
Do people not talk about it in school?
Not really. No, not really. I don't take any financial classes, but I probably should.
Hikaru says,
how do you invest in?
How do you invest in it?
Yeah.
You go to Coinbase and you sign up for an account there, and then you can buy through your bank account. Although you're in New York, they have different rules in New York. New York is not particularly friendly to cryptocurrencies. Let's see. Kentron Yed says Atomic Family and Meg bundle. Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to have a ton of these overprinted. I overprinted, and then I printed the a certain amount I have to send to, or I have to take to Amazon for fulfillment there. But I'm not going to have a ton of these books. So, but I should have enough. New York is Bitcoin adjacent. Adam Friendon says, oh, look, the meanest person on Twitter is a mod in Mike's chat. Oh, Adam. It's okay. He's not going to hurt your fifis. Hikaru says, I don't like the idea of linking my bank account. Well, I don't know. I link my bank account to a bunch of stuff I have to pay for. So, Hikaru says, Adam Friended, I love you. I think I love you, but what am I so afraid of? Captain Hilt says, I just make some extras and add on another campaign. Bruh. These things are like 140 pages. These are not cheap to print. I had to print a bunch of them. I can't just like, hey, print me up a few extra of those. You know, that's not how it works. You do your print run and you deal with it. I mean, I wonder how much it would cost to do digital press. Have you looked into digital press? That's what you're doing, right?
Yeah, it is.
So do you know what your cost per unit is? But you're only doing 30 pages. It goes up exponentially.
Yeah.
Or not exponentially.
Yeah. It's going to be all together. My goal was to get 200 copies. I don't know if I'm going to hit that. But with that, and it being a color book, it would be like $700 roughly. So,
so $350.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, $350 a copy.
Yeah.
And so that kind of factored into like how much people were paying for shipping and then how much people were paying for the book.
Right. I don't remember how much those were. I'm paying $20,000 to print those books. That's a lot of.
Yeah.
Vic, Adam, Brendan, can you please not bring drama into my chat? I'd appreciate it. Captain Hill says, no, don't print more. I just mean use the extras you already have as add-ons. Yeah, that's what I mean. So I'll have a limited number of add-ons. But yeah, that's, have you seen how Brian Pulido does Lady Death on Kickstarter?
I haven't seen that, no.
All right, well, I mean, he does phenomenally well. He usually opens up to like $100,000 on his first day, and then he ends up doing about $250,000 to $300,000 on his campaigns. But what he does is he has options for all of these backlog stuff, right? So you build up your inventory, and then every time you launch, people can get all the new stuff. They can get all the different, and then they can also get all of your backlog on the same campaign. So it becomes this big crazy store, and he just
he's a genius.
He is.
And he also, I heard he also has these amazing launch parties that apparently are all the rage. So, like with his crew, he has an actual crew of people. Like he has a building.
He's got like a dozen employees. Yeah,
that is awesome.
I got me and my slave labor children. So, Adam says, I have a channel. Why would we need to argue on this tiny channel? Aw, he's saying my channel's tiny. You're breaking my heart. I feel so bad. Let's help back Ryan's book right now. He's a fresh talent. Support him. Leave the drama out for a bit. That is correct. We are not here to fight. We're here to support young Ryan Hawk. So Hawk, what is that, Norwegian?
It's German. Yeah.
Oh, German?
Yeah.
You're one of those. No, just kidding. Pino Mike says, did check Bric-a-Brac after reading your tweet, and it seems pretty cool. The art, the style. I know I'm late, and this may be answered already, but what is the target age?
All ages. Yeah, all ages.
All ages. Or as we say, every age. Every
age.
Because for some reason, all ages is a bad connotation. Actually, I used to run a comic company called Alias. I don't know if you're probably too young to remember it. Oh, yeah. You're way too young. That was like 14 years ago. But yeah, our tagline for the company was comics for every age.
Right.
Comics for every age. All right. Let's see. Adam's huge channel. Adam's huge. Nah, I don't want to read that. Adam says, I asked Mike to do an Ask Me Anything, but he wouldn't do it. That is correct, Adam. Ryan, what's the meaning behind the book?
Like the title or the book?
Let's get back on Bric-a-Brac. Refresh here, see if you moved anything. 182. No, 182. Hey, he just scratched my face. Why are you bringing him back here?
Oh, the title of the book? Okay, that's
the meaning. Well, okay, I guess Bric-a-Brac. Yeah, what's the meaning behind
he kind of it looks like Durakin, he kind of like fixed his comment, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so the meaning of the book. So Bric-a-Brac is actually a term that I became aware of because of a song from Nightmare Before Christmas, actually. Jack is kind of like talking about he's like, it's after he has just left Christmas Town, and he is like super fascinated with the idea of Christmas, and he doesn't quite understand it, and he's kind of grappling with what it is and why he loves it so much. And he kind of he's looking through all the books, and he's trying to understand Christmas lights, and he's like using a stethoscope to kind of look at Christmas ornaments and mistletoe. He says he calls it bric-a-brac. So to some people it might be considered bric-a-brac, which means worthless stuff, and to the Pumpkin King, what would these little Christmas things mean to anyone? So that idea is basically this grappling with Christmas is what is going on in this story. So I wanted to use that term Bric-a-Brac as a kind of is kind of like saying that, is this stuff worthwhile? Is Santa Claus, is that a valuable thing? Where can we find value in even the non-evangelical Christmas that we're not seeing? So that's really what it's about. It's kind of a long explanation because it's not obvious. It's not like War on Planet Christmas, the comic book. And I didn't really want to name it that because I felt that it's a fantasy book that definitely should have a unique name. I love fables because it's about,
Let me interrupt you to insult Adam Friended, but because it's a super chat, I have to read it. $2. Adam Friended sucks and is worse than Gary. Adam, you probably don't understand that particular gag. Mayor McCheese and Gary have this whole gag, so you've just been pulled into a meme. Don't worry about it. Let's see. I liked, but also thought about the kids in my family when I saw it, so that's why I asked. Is Peter Mike?
Thank you, Peter. Well, yeah, it's an all ages book, but yeah, that's the meaning of the story, or the title is pretty much it has its roots in that movie and that concept of grappling with what Christmas is. What is it? In very simple terms. I know we all listen to Christmas music and we all get into it on November 1st, but I mean, not all of us, not everybody. Some people don't like getting into it on November 1st, but when we are into it, we understand it, but what is it? Why do we like these sorts of things? And it's grappling with that idea.
Yeah. Peter Mike says, Captain Helps, man, I know kids in my family would love it the instant I saw it. So yeah, they're going to freak out about it for sure. Hikaru wants to know, does it have singing skeletons?
No singing skeletons. No skeletons or skellingtons or anything of that nature. No.
Does it have singing gingerbread men?
Maybe. That's a possibility. Maybe at the end when like everyone's celebrating, it would only make sense, right? I mean,
do they
we're trying to run
as fast as they can?
No, it's not that kind. It's not a fairy tale. It's not a fairy tale. It is a
I'm not going to read that. Gary is cool, says Little Peep Peep. He doesn't talk crap behind Mike's back like Adam does. Can you guys stop arguing with Adam in the chat? And Adam, stop arguing with everyone in the chat. Please, this is not the time nor the place. Thank you very much. Peter Mike says, good stuff. No, wait. Captain Hilt says, at Peter Mike, good stuff. So they all enjoying your story, Ryan.
Thank you.
Good times had by all. Yep. All right, let's roll back up to the top and see if you made any movement here. I know I did this stream so I could sell Lone Star because it's my last day, but here I am.
Thank you. I appreciate.
I'm hawk and hawk all night long. Hawk and hawk. All right, let's go back to Lone Star, see if we made any movement. I don't know. I don't think. Have we? Hey, we did. Very nice. 111. Wait, 111. 11, 162. So we are at 1. I think we were at 111. No, wait, 113,366. Yeah, 113,000. So we're really close to being at 10% of the total for Lone Star, Heart of the Hero. So rock and roll. So all right. Lone Star, Heart of the Hero. For those of you who are the uninitiated, which is like nobody. This is why I'm just repeating myself here. This is Lone Star, Heart of the Hero, the first book, second printing, 9 all new awesome covers. This one by me, colored by the great Kyle Ritter. It's gonna look so good on metal. If anybody wants the metal prints, you have to get the early bird special. I wonder if I should just end that one tonight. Maybe. Are you doing any? You didn't do any early bird specials or anything, huh?
No, not really. Basically, I just had the digital version up for first 15 days and then took it off, like the digital only. So I guess that could be considered that. Maybe for some of my friends it was, you know.
You can get Lone Star for the troops, $50, and I will actually add money to that and send as many books at cost to the troops at APOs around the globe as I can. That was the Brando image for the Brando 8-page original story by Matthew Weldon, myself, and Edwin Boyette. This is the Kyle Ritter alternate cover.
He's so talented.
I know, so good.
He reminds me of like a mix of Jim Chang and Ryan Chung, and Ryan Otley, maybe something like that. Like something very, you know what I mean? Like Jim Chung, yeah, and something interesting like that.
Fun fact about Jim Chung: he looks like he weighs about 98 pounds, and he can eat like 5 pounds of beef. Blacklist Universe. This is the Elliot Fernandez after John Byrne cover, the homage cover. You can still get the Brando Origins original art pages from Matthew Weldon for $250 plus a signed copy of the book. You can get the first printing sketch cover for $300. Elliot Fernandez cover, and now here is the Matthew Weldon cover. Yes, we will have these all colored as soon as possible. But I have my colorist working on interior pages right now. I might just end up pulling him or pulling another colorist in to do these covers, so it's I can get them done while he's doing the interiors. Lone Star, Heart of the Hero. Lone Star, a hero born of tragedy and loss, driven by that loss to protect the innocent and defend the virtuous. Robert Miller, a World War II flying ace, tasked along with his team on a secret mission to take down the Nazi Ubermensch known as the Iron Cross. I'm going to run out of time here. Equipped with the best jetpack. I'm out. I know I could have just paused it, but is Ryan going to extend the campaign or go into in demand? Answer that, Ryan.
I might extend the campaign if we don't reach the goal, but if we do, I'll just put it in demand, I think.
Ryan doesn't listen very well.
But maybe I should extend it on the last day.
Maybe figure it out with your artist. Talk to him.
Yeah,
you can.
I think that would be interesting. Yeah. I'm also probably going to reach out. I mean, I don't know how much longer I can extend it, even if I reach my goal.
Another 30 days.
You can have then I might
a maximum of 60 days.
I definitely might do that, but I will definitely have to tell my backers, hey, this is going to be a bit longer than expected.
Not, because your development time will still be the same.
Right. That's true.
So there's no
because I'll just
on delivery.
So will I not get the money? Will I get the money and then you
won't get the money as soon.
Okay, that could be an issue. But so maybe I'll do it half of that. So like half the 30 days, like 15 days, and then we'll see.
All right. That was the Canyon White cover. This is the Aaron Lopresti. Everybody loves Aaron Lopresti's work. Peter Mike says no link in the description. I'm sorry. Everybody, the Bric-a-Brac link is in the chat. Hikaru just posted it above your head. This is the Kevin Sharp cover. Beautiful. Man, I cannot wait to get these colored. Impatience. Mike knows everything about IGG technicalities, so ask him, Ryan. Yeah, if you got any questions, just let me know.
I will definitely. Absolutely. As the week goes on, for sure.
And this is the Randy Green. Adam, you got to start understanding what time and place means. We're promoting some comics here, mine and Ryan's, and some other people's too. This isn't the time to get into a debate. All right? So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The Lone Star 2. 5 hours left. Is that right? 5 hours? 5 hours left. 152 backers. 11,162. Let's go over to the Meg. I don't even know if I have my mail. 62,024. 898 backers. Geez, that's a lot of fulfillment. Ugh. First world problems. So yeah, these will be delivered to me not delivered. I have to go pick them up in 10 days. 10 days, and I will have these in hand. I just made the cards, so I'll have to get those printed up, but that should take it. That should be like a week turnaround. And then get the metal prints done. I got so much to do, so little time. But yeah, get in on this while you still can. I'm going to close this up when I start fulfillment. You guys know the Meg 6-gun Samurai. I love that cover. I do. All printed on its way to Los Angeles for me to pick up. Long Beach, whatever. Deal with the devil. I don't feel like pitching them. This gets tiring, Ryan. Pitching constantly. It's just
Yeah.
It is.
That's why it's hard for me to like think about going on a campaign for 15 more days. It's like, oh my God. Because that might run me into finals and, a little bit more complicated. So hey, if I reach my goal, it'll be a lot easier because then whatever I get from there is just extra, right? So
Yep.
I think I need to kind of think about it that way. Just, hey, it's extra and it'll help you out and it might make us hit some stretch goals. So I think I will do that.
Yeah. P Money says, "Ooh, that's right. I forgot about the trading cards. I know. I forgot about them too, and that's why I was actually late to do this because I was finishing up doing the trading card designs here. Dinner's here. Ryan, I think I'm going to wrap this up right now.
All right. All good for me. Thank you. I just want to say, Mike, thank you so much for this opportunity and everything like that. And I appreciate.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to just real quick go in and grab this right before we close out, maybe we can get one last push in this last 60 seconds or so. Get Ryan up to, 3,300 or something. I don't know. If anyone can do that in the last 60 seconds, that would be fantastic. Gary Shipman, Artist Pro, what's up? I will be back later after dinner. I'm not sure if I want to continue promoting or do an Age of Empires stream. I suck. Anyways, so I'm going to keep going here. Let me know in the chat if you guys are going to get anything. Otherwise, I'm going to start wrapping this up. Ryan, how can people follow you, get a hold of you, and all that stuff other than just going straight to Indiegogo and buying Bric-a-Brac?
I am on Twitter at Hawk HAACK_pro, and that's where you can basically get the links to all my other stuff. So I would say Twitter. I'm really working on making it super awesome. I'm not really that familiar with Twitter, but I'm going to try to just friend as many people as I can, and try to not stir up anything.
Be careful which people you step into. Twitter.
Yeah, that's true though.
Let's see. 7 says, I'll have a short promo after dinner. Awesome. I can't wait to see it. I sent him some files from Lone Star to see what we can check out. So rock and roll. Anybody else? Let me give this one a quick refresh, and then we're going to say ta-ta for now. TTFN. Nope. They disappointed you, Ryan. Sorry.
Oh, no, they didn't disappoint me. Trust me. This has been amazing.
Where are you? Where were you when we started tonight?
Not even above 60%, I don't think. So, yeah.
Cool. Bumped you up, bruh.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Wow.
Absolutely. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Let's see. Nah, I don't want to do it. I was going to use one of my little videos, but you guys have a great night. Ryan, thanks for being on, and we will see you shortly.
Yep.
Good day.